Mike, when I first heard about you, and by the way, this is Mike Westergren, and he is the CEO and the inventor of the old Buzzard smoker and grill, which, by the way, the man that owned one that told me about you said that you have changed everything in the smoking and grilling industry. He said you were absolute genius when it comes to this, but I heard you've been doing it for 35 years. And it's a smoker, it's a gas grill, and it's a charcoal grill. How'd you get started even thinking about this?
Well, you'll have to go back to when my great-great-grandparents moved here in 1873. They were smoking on a conventional pit.
Right on this property?
Right on this property, smoking on a conventional pit, just like they smoke on a conventional pit today. And I got tired of the meat getting burnt on a firebox end, having to move the meat around. So I came up with the smoke distribution plate in the old Buzzard smoker.
I know what you're talking about, because when I've smoked, it's that piece of brisket that's right next to the fire that just gets hot and burned on the end, and I've got to be with this thing all day. I have to move the meat out of the way, move the other meat over, and just watch it all day. You don't have to do that with yours?
No, sir. Once you get your fire set and you get your temperature set, you will never have to lift that lid again. You can smoke a piece of meat for 8 hours and never have to lift the lid. All you got to do is add a log to it and keep your temperature at what you'd like it set at.
And if you've done that, you really have revolutionized smoking, because I've spent 6-8 hours having to be near the smoker at all times just to make sure that this stuff doesn't burn, make sure that the uncooked meat gets cooked, stoking the fire all the time. But if you can do that, you really have changed the industry. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
What about the smoker and grill? It transitions from a smoker to a grill. How does it do that?
The end of the pit, it has a cover plate that you pull off. You insert the gas grill assembly that's actually hanging on the back of the pit, and hook up the propane to it, light it up,
it's good,
and you've got a gas grill.
We're going to show you that in just a little while. And then to change from a gas grill to a charcoal grill, you just pull that assembly out and put the charcoal grill assembly in.
Yeah, put the charcoal pan in and put the cover plate back on the end, and pull the grates out, fill it full of charcoal, get it going, and now you're charcoal if you'd like to charcoal.
In 90 seconds or less, and we're going to test you on that later.
Right.
You don't know we're going to do that, but we're going to test to make sure you can do it.
Sounds great.
One of the things that you said the first time we had a discussion is, before you would show me anything about this grill, you said that safety was the most important aspect to you. And you really kind of took me to task at that. So let's just tell everybody about that.
The safety is important. And that's the first thing you need to think about before you ever start a fire. When you start a fire in that firebox, it gets hot. That firebox is very hot. You need to keep the children away from it. You need to keep away from the house. You need to keep a fire extinguisher. Before you open the door to add wood, you need to wear a pair of gloves. Make sure that you don't burn yourself, because this end of that firebox is hot.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, when I first walked up to this unit, I looked at it and I thought about mine for a minute, and I went, just a second, there's something different. Why is the chimney in the middle of the smoker instead of at the other end of the smoker? How do you smoke the meat if the chimney's in the middle?
Well, that's a smoke distribution plate. What you're looking at is the smoke distribution plate. The smoke distribution plate funnels the smoke from the firebox under this plate, out this slot, through the cooking surface, through the hole in the chimney, then out the top of the chimney. And that's how it cooks so evenly. It takes your heat. Your heat will be on both sides of the meat, top and bottom, as it's going back through, then out the chimney. As your heat goes through, back up.
So you're cooking the top and the bottom and smoking at the same time.
Exactly.
It seems to me that would be more efficient, because I maybe wouldn't have to spend 8 hours out here doing all the watching over it.
Well, it doesn't. I don't think it actually cuts down on your cooking time, because a good brisket that's how you make a good brisket good, is cooking time, cooking it slow and long. Same way with ribs and chicken. I mean, the slower you cook things, the more tender they are, and the more flavor they have.
I think before the end of this day, what we're going to prove is that Mike Westergren with the old Buzzard smoker and grill system really has changed the way cooking meat, smoking meat, and grilling meat is done from this day forward. If you can smoke meat more efficiently, and you can transition that smoker to a gas grill and just cook hamburgers and hot dogs for your wings for your family and your friends that come over during a football game, and then put the charcoal in just to have a hamburger grill, that's pretty impressive. You can do it all at once. So we'll take a look at that later on today. Mike, I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Mike, the hardest thing that I have to work with is the temperature gauge, trying to keep everything at the right temperature. It just seems to go up and down, and not with the old Buzzard.
No, sir. Let me show you how to control your temperature. First thing you have to do is you got to come over here and you got to open your air intake. Open it up about 1/4 inch. Then you go up here and you open up your damper on your chimney about 1/4 inch. And then you watch your temperature. And if your control point is 220 degrees and your needle goes above it, the 220, you just close back on the damper, and that'll drop your temperature. If your temperature doesn't reach 220, then you open it up a little bit more, and that'll let your temperature come on up to your desired temperature.
So you start at 1/4 inch, then leave that alone, and then just adjust this to get the temperature.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing to that.
Nothing to it.
Thanks. Mike, showing me how to smoke like that just changed everything. I mean, it changes the industry. You have invented an industry-changing piece of equipment in the old Buzzard. You don't need to do it the old-fashioned way anyway and ruin your meat. But the thing that really got me excited about it is it's the old Buzzard smoker and grill. You said it's a gas grill and a charcoal grill, but what was really exciting is you said you could do it in 90 seconds. You could transfer from a smoker to a grill in 90 seconds. I'd really like to see that.
All right, let me show you how we do it.
On your
Set
mark,
your clock.
On your mark, get set, go.
Okay. First thing you do is you come in here and you take out your grills. And you take your cover plate off. Remove the gas grill assembly from its rack. Slide it in the slot. Slide it in place. Put your wing nuts on. Hook up your propane hose. Put your grates back in. Turn it on. Hit the igniter. You have a gas grill.
55 seconds. That was amazing. So you go from a smoker to a gas grill in about a minute.
In about a minute.
That's
yes,
pretty exciting. Thanks, Mike.
Yes, sir.
But not only a gas grill, charcoal grill, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to time you this time, but show me how the charcoal grill goes in.
All right. First thing you do is you turn off your propane. Disconnect the gas grill assembly from the propane tank. Remove your wing nuts. Remove the gas grill assembly. Hang it back here on its rack. Take your charcoal pan, slide it right in. Reinstall your cover plate.
That's amazing. That was so simple. Almost I could do it, I think, if I tried hard.
Now you got a charcoal.
But one of the things that I've been looking at all day, and I saw you use earlier, and I didn't know what it was until you used it, was that cleaning pan. Can I see that for a second?
Yes, sir.
Is this an accessory or what is this?
That is an accessory, and it's to clean your smoke distribution plate after you smoke a brisket or chicken. You have grease on that plate, and you stick that into the slot and scrape all the grease into that. That way, when you put your gas grill assembly in or put your charcoal in, you don't start that grease on fire.
That makes all the difference in the world. Thanks, Mike. But go over it again, just so everybody that's watching this thing online understands. This is a full, state-of-the-art Old Buzzard smoker and grill. You smoke the meat completely, both sides at the same time because of the redistribution plate, and the smoke goes out the middle. You control your temperature with this valve here, or put a 1/4 inch on the other side, and it converts to a gas grill, and it converts to a charcoal grill, and all in less than 90 seconds. You've taken all of the worry out. You're not going to ruin meat. You're not going to take all day moving your meat back and forth on the grill and burning one side and not burning the other. You just put your post oak in there, start the fire, get your meat on, and work it, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
That's the Old Buzzard Smoker and Grill. Mike, this is Mike Westergren, the inventor. Congratulations, Mike.
You,
that's
sir.
amazing.
All right.
Thank
Thanks.
you.